Hey everyone, it's Tony again, here to do another 2014 album review of Suspended in Time by Destruction of a Rose. Um, Destruction of a Rose, their style of metal, I've never really known how to classify it. It had aspects of metalcore, but also bands like Bullet for My Valentine and As I Lay Dying, which are considered metalcore bands, but they don't sound like, the common metalcore like nowadays. So I guess that's why I don't really refer to those bands as metalcore. But Destruction of a Rose has aspects of modern metalcore and that kind of metalcore. So it's really weird. But it's still, a pretty good mix. It sounds really cool. Um, so basically, this album is just a shit ton of just heavy. Um, it has a lot of really heavy riffs, but catchy riffs, like a lot of really fun, catchy riffs that your mind gets stuck on. But also, besides like the repetitive, catchy riffs that kind of get annoying after a while, they do have some moments where they use some tapping sections or some melodic guitar parts that actually really fit onto what the heavy guitar behind is doing, which I really enjoy and I really respect that. I think it's really cool that they kind of add that in there so that it's a little bit more interesting. I hate when bands stick with just heavy, like, I mean, I don't hate it, but at the same time, it gets old after a while. Like, there's so many bands out there that just do heavy, 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 and it gets nowhere. It's kind of just talentless a lot of the times. Like, anyone can, hold a chord down and chug it for like 2 hours through a whole song, through a whole album. That's why I'm not going to review the new Amir album. But, Destruction of a Rose, they're really good at, keeping those heavy riffs, but also layering different, melodic parts on top. And I really respect that. I think they're kind of showing what other talents they have over just being heavy and aggressive, and I really respect that and like that. The vocals are actually a lot more kind of death metal or deathcore influenced. There's a lot of deathcore elements on this record, like with some of the blast beats and with some of the guitar parts, but the main part is the vocals, especially not especially, actually, both the lows and highs, definitely you can tell that it has a really deathcore vibe to it, and it's actually fits really well over the style of music, which I'm not really surprised because, I don't know, I'm just not, I feel like I've heard stuff like this before where it's kind of like, these just heavy bassed vocals over this kind of style of metalcore that I don't usually get into, but here it's done really well. And still, why I'm not like totally into it, I still respect what they're doing, especially when it comes to the melodic parts of the guitar, like I said. This is definitely not one of my favorite records of this year, but it's still, a good listen, especially if you want something aggressive and something to just lose your mind to. This is definitely a really good album. Check it out if you're into, stuff like Caliban, The Famine, Bullet for My Valentine, As I Lay Dying. You'll definitely like Destruction of a Rose. It's not my style personally, but I still really enjoyed what I did hear off of it, so it's very good. Check it out if you like heavy stuff, and thanks for watching. See ya.